Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 30 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan for the running of the Pokemon Sun and Moon 500. This is the last race of World Tour 30 and also the last race of the regular season. Right now 14 drivers have locked their spots into the playoffs, and one other driver, at least one of them I should say, will be locked into the playoffs on points. But we will add all the points up from all races up to this point at the end of this race, and at least one of these drivers is going to be going to advance to the playoffs just on points. But another driver could add his or her name to the playoffs by winning the race here at Twin Ring Motegi. And if we already have another former winner winning the race here today, we're going to have two drivers advance over to the playoffs on points. So a lot on the line here today at Twin Ring Motegi. As I go through the winners list, let me just give me 1 sec, guys, and here it is. Well, you're not seeing it, but I have it on my monitor. But anyway, 3 wins are Johnny Garner and Igor Barreto. They're locked in, obviously. Also with the 2 race winners, Betty Johnson, John Mendez, Zach Fitzwater, Ethan Wickenen, Hargel Alonso. And the drivers with 1 win are Jonathan Rains, Zoe Anderson, Joseph Romanuk, Grayson Acevedo, James Richardson, Josh Crash, and Joshua Siculli. So 14 cars already locked into the playoffs. We could add another one here just by winning this race here at Twin Ring Motegi, or we could add 2 drivers on points. We'll add at least 1 driver on points, and again, we'll add all the points after this race. So here the starting lineup. You can pause the video to find out where you start here in the race. And a lot of drivers will compete for the win here today. Jagger Vincent is on the pole today with DJ Curtis on the front row, and the cars will roll off. So a lot on the line here today. Someone could potentially advance here with a win here at Twin Ring. And one other driver at least will advance on points. So this is going to be a big race for a lot of these guys who haven't won this season. So we'll see who's going to come out with the victory here today at Twin Ring as the series returns here for the first time in a long time. And now the green flag waves, and it's finally back. Twin Ring Motegi finally is green again. And here comes Marcus Sachi for the race lead. Oh no, they're crashing! Matthew Amdev spins! And they're crashing again! Amdev spins again! Oh man, Matthew Amdev has spun around, and that'll bring out the caution for the first time today. Sachi leads the field, but there was a wreck to start off the race. Matthew Amdev got spun. Yeah, right here he almost got turned in the right in the straightaway, and somehow able to save it and keep going thanks to Siculli. Unfortunately, though, he gets right into Gage Victini and wasn't so lucky that time. And Siculli, he also was taken out. And Amdev is wrecked out as well, so 22 has wrecked out already on the very first lap at Twin Ring. Marcus Sachi, how about him in the lead in the 1 machine? He could actually make the playoffs. That would be one of the most shocking races ever. But we're back to the green. Oh wow, 41-47 are out. That is Gabot and Gilbert, both out of the race. Almost forgot to mention that the first stage is 14 laps. The second stage will be 16 laps. And of course there will be overtime if there's a need for it. Matthew Amdev, how about him? No, wait, Marcus Sachi. Marcus Sachi right now, he took over for Jake Jefferson in the middle before the World Tour, and somehow he's now competing to win this race. If he wins, he's in the playoffs. So it would be very shocking if Sachi hangs on to win it here today. Jagger Vincent right now also needs a win to get in. James Richardson has, of course, a win, so he's already good to go, and so is Garner with those 3 wins. And DJ Curtis has not won this season, so he could use a win here at Twin Ring Motegi. Little battle for position here is William Brock going to try to get by Josh Crash. And he does. Brock gets by Crash. And Igor Barreto is going to try to work his way up. And now the top 2 separate. Vincent trying to catch up to the one of Sachi. Curtis is up to 4th place. Curtis made the move on Richardson. Now he's going to try for 3rd place. And he gets there. The 14 is really trying to make a charge here. And he wants this win badly. He needs it to get into the playoffs like Sachi and Vincent do. There you see Navarro battling with Richardson for position here. And looks like 33 is a little bit close to him. Could make a pass. We'll see if he will try it. Oh, wow. A little bit tight there for Richardson. Nearly got into the 7. But he was able to get 4th place back. 4 laps to go. Four laps to go in stage 1. And now the 2 machine went by the 7. And the race continues here at Motegi. Wow, and you see MDevs and Mendez both got some major damage from that last caution. I don't know how Mendez got involved in this, but yeah. 3 laps to go at Motegi. And the stage 1 is almost over. And the caution's out for the 2nd time. We had a spin. Dylan Thoreau is around. That'll bring out a caution to end stage 1. Yep, Gage Victini, the driver, took out the 19. Wow. Don't know what happened there, but Thoreau gets out of it. Looks like Sachi's going to hold on. He's going to keep the lead at the end of stage 1. So Marcus Sachi, stage 1 winner here at Twin Ring Motegi. He'll start on the front when stage 2 begins, and it's going to be a very big one. So now all bets are off, and now everybody's going to compete to see who advances here to the playoffs. We'll see if Sachi can hold on here today. Here are the results from stage 1, and there is the rest of the field. Only two cars did not finish the race, so that's pretty good for Motegi. And a lot of drivers are going to be in contention to win here today to get into the playoffs. We'll see if Sachi can hold on and complete the Cinderella run and lock his spot into the playoffs. So don't go away. Stage 2 coming up from Twin Ring Motegi. Alrighty guys, here we are in stage 2, and this is going to be big. We're going to have a 16 lap final stage, and whoever wins this race, if they haven't had a win already, will get into the playoffs. We'll see if Marcus Sachi can hold on to the lead, and we'll see if he'll win this race, or will there be another different winner today. Here we go. We're coming back to the green flag here at Twin Ring Motegi. And by the way, PJ Williams on pit road already before the start of the race. Ooh, not that great. Not a great start for him. Not a great start for Richardson. He's real slow up on the high line. And Sachi has the lead for now. Look at Curtis, though. Here comes DJ Curtis for the lead. He's had a fast car too. They're going to be side by side. Sachi holds on for now. Caution! And Sachi, oh no, Curtis got the lead under yellow. Wow, I thought Sachi held on to the caution, but Curtis got by him. Incredible. Wow, there it is. Curtis was able to beat out caution by Sachi, over Sachi. Wow. Another caution came out, and this was for Joseph Romanuk. Turned around in the straightaway, able to continue his car, but he was spun, and that brought out the yellow. Curtis in the lead. Wow, DJ Curtis, what an aggressive move, and Lopez is out of the race. And MDev is out of the race too. Huh. So weird. I guess they had damage from that spin, and they're out. Green flag waves, and PJ Williams also, by the way, does not continue. Yeah, PJ Williams did not go out, and he is out already. Here comes Cody Smart. Look at the run by the 21. Look at the run that Cody Smart got. 10 laps to go in Motegi. Cody Smart led that lap. Here comes Marcus Sachi. Sachi trying to retake the lead. Top 4 has not won a race this season, and Igor Barreto has won 3 in the 5th position. He could be a spoiler for these guys. Caution's out again, I think. Sachi leads, and Jagger Vincent moves up to 2nd. Yellow is out again. There was a crash. There was a big pile up. Josh crashed, I think. I'm not sure who it was. Part of it was Josh Crash. Let's look at that. Let's look at a replay. 3-wide battle went a little too tight. And Jessica Counterman and the 19 Dylan Thoreau spin out. Bring it out of yellow. For the 3rd time, I think the 4th time today, we went under yellow. 4 times today we went under the yellow flag. Number 1, Sachi is in front. We'll see if we can hold on for the final laps. And now this is going to get really intense. We're gonna have 5 laps to go. So far, Sachi's out in front. We get another caution. We will have an overtime finish here at Twin Ring. And that would be amazing for these guys. They would all have opportunities to run. They would all have another opportunity to run this race. Ooh, driver in the wall. I hear it scraping, but everybody's still running smoothly. Sachi pulls away. Here comes Smart for 2nd place over Vincent. Can he get the 2nd spot? There you see the breathtaking views of Twin Ring. Boy did I miss those views. Well, happy to see these views again. Happy to have a race here again at Twin Ring Motegi. And also being the last race before the playoffs. A lot of significance now. 3 laps to go. Cody Smart is in 2nd. And Barreto moves up to 3rd place. Barreto has those 3 wins. He's got experience. But Sachi trying to hold off the pack. I thought a yellow came out. It didn't. 2 to go. 2 laps to go. And Sachi hopes that a caution does not come out. Here comes. And there's the caution. A yellow is out with 2 to go. Wow. That is incredible. Pichu might have wrecked out. They're going to battle for second of the line. And Barretto gets it. Barretto got it. He's in second. We'll have overtime here. Twin Ring decide who gets into the playoffs. Wow. And Barretto really gained on the one. Who imagine if they had one more to go. Wow. We're going to have overtime here today at Twin Ring. Awesome. That's what the fans wanted. Fans want to see this come down to the very last lap. The final spots of the playoffs are going to come down to the very last 2 laps. So here is the wreck. Ethan Sale gets spun by Pichu. And I'm not sure what was going on between those two, but there was a spin and Sale brought out the yellow flag. And wow, now it's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a really tough battle for the one of Sachi to overcome this. So we'll see if Sachi can hold on for another 2 laps here at Twin Ring Motegi. So here we go. Overtime is coming up from the Twin Ring. Alrighty guys, we're here in overtime at Twin Ring Motegi. Obviously, you guys probably know how this will work. If the leader, we will have an attempt, a 2-lap attempt to finish this race under green. The leader crosses the start finish line under green. The next lap is the last lap. But if we get a caution before the last lap, we will run another attempt, and we'll run as many attempts as possible until we get a green flag finish. By the way, twice, just so you know, that twice we've had cautions come out on the very first lap. So we could be here for a while. But all to decide who gets into the final who gets in the playoffs on a win, or which 2 drivers will advance. 1 or 2 drivers will advance on points. Here we go. Comes down to this. 2 laps to go. Twin Ring Motegi. Who's gonna make the playoffs? Here we go. Green flags in the air. Here comes Jagger Vincent. Here comes Julius Anderson going low. They're 3 wide at the back. Wow, Sachi gonna be heartbroken that he might not get a chance to win. And he gets past. Vincent leads. Coming to the white flag. We might stay green. Let's see if we're gonna stay green. They're gonna crash in the back. Caution. Just before the white flag waved. Wow. Wow. Just before the white flag wave, we got a caution and a pileup, and they're still wrecking in the back. Wow. Told you we were going to be here for a while. Unbelievable. They wrecked in the back. I knew that was going to happen. And a crash. And let's see what happened. Mason Powers and the 11 machine spun, and the 2 machine crashed, and everybody spun out. Wow. 15, 11, 2. Wow, the 2 got dropped really. Wow. He dropped a lot of positions at that start. And he caused a wreck. Incredible. And this is what happened right after. I don't know what these guys were doing, but Andrews, 83, 32, all wrecked out. Yikes. So we'll have another attempt, folks. We will run another attempt in overtime. Anderson got second, by the way. Not sure if that's going to be any relevance since he's going to be on that high line. But we're going to have another overtime attempt coming up here from Twin Ring. Alrighty guys, we're going to run another attempt. I took out all the cars that were potentially damaged from that last caution to ensure that we do not get like hundreds of attempts before we finally get a winner, just to keep things realistic and such. So here we go. Second attempt here at Motegi. Green flag waves again. Wow, they're 4-1 in the back. Uh-oh. Way in the back. They're 4-1. They're going to crash out. Oh, man, they saved it. Somehow, some way, they saved it. Wow. I thought they were going to wreck again. Oh, but they still could potentially wreck in the back. Reigns going for second place. And the white flag will come out with 1 to go. And this will be the last lap. Wow. Sachi, a heartbreak. He'll have to settle for third, possibly. And Jagger Vincent still leads. Will he hold off Jonathan Reigns and get himself in the playoffs? Final corner. It was an otherwise frustrating season for Vincent, but he's finally going to do it. Jagger Vincent is going to win the Pokemon Sun and Moon 500 at Motegi and lock himself in the playoffs. Jagger Vincent wins it in the 33, and he gets a spot in the playoffs and a win. He finally does it. He finally wins a Pokemon Cup race, and that gets him into the Season 30 playoffs. He had to overcome Marcus Sachi for the win and Jonathan Reigns. Reigns, by the way, got second, but he already had a win and already was in the playoffs to begin with. But a heartbreaker for Sachi. He had led most of the day, but he'll have to settle for third place. Wow. Came oh so close of being a Cinderella story, but it'll fall short today. But still, Jagger Vincent wins to lock himself in the playoffs. Incredible finish. And here are the results from Motegi on the left of your screen. Again, I had to take out a lot of cars that were involved in the wreck so that we don't get like hundreds of attempts to finish this race. So this doesn't go on forever. But anyway, we will add up all the points and see which one other driver will lock his or her spot in on points. So one driver is going to advance into the playoffs on points. So we will see which driver is that. And so stick around. When we come back, we'll reveal the 16 drivers in the playoffs. And let's join Vincent in Victory Lane just to get him a Victory Lane celebration. And he finally wins a Pokemon Cup race. He waited for this for a long time, and Vincent finally gets his moment to shine. And he gets in the playoffs with that race win. So here we go. The 16 drivers in the playoffs will be revealed. Alrighty guys, here we go. The 16 drivers that will be in the playoffs for Season 30 of the Pokemon Cup Series. We already know the multi-winners are in the playoffs, and the one race winners, Reigns, Zoe Anderson, Romanuk, Acevedo, Richardson, Crash, and Sakali, and Jagger Vincent were added into the playoffs with that one win. And the 16th and final driver, you probably know already who is going to be that last driver in the playoffs that'll get in on points. That is Jessica Counterman. We added all the points from the regular season, stage points, and overall race points to the best I can. And Jessica Counterman is in on points. So she gets the last spot into the playoffs as we look at the final regular season standings. John Mendez will be your regular season champion at 614, 30 points ahead of Betty Johnson. But those two will be in the playoffs. They'll have time to compete to see who's the best. So will Zachary Fitzwater, third in points, and fourth is Ethan Wicken. And there's Counterman in fifth, the highest among the 9 winners in terms of regular season points. So she'll get the final spot into the playoffs. Sixth place is Jonathan Reigns, and the next highest driver without a win in the standings is Anthony Lopez. The margin between Counterman and Lopez was 14 points. Then there's DJ Curtis, also won't be in the playoffs, but Johnny Gardner will with those 3 wins. He's in the playoffs, and Cody Smart rounds out your top 10 in overall regular season points. And here's the rest of the field. You can pause the video to find where you stand in the regular season points. I think I got every driver. One thing to note, Jake Jefferson's and Marcus Sachi's points are merged. So this is this right here is Sachi and Jefferson's points combined, because I forgot to change that during Race Points Manager when exporting the results. But consider this as Sachi and Jefferson. But it's not like it matters now because they didn't get a win. They didn't get the win in Motegi, so they didn't get in the playoffs. But I just thought I'd point that out. But, and also the drivers that are in the playoffs, some of them are in as Vincent, Richardson, Romanek, Barretto, Anderson, Acevedo, Alonso, Crash, and Scully. So those are the guys that are in the those guys in the playoffs, and they're in on those points. But we'll explain what those points are on the right now. So for those of you that don't know, we do award playoff points for race wins, 5 points for a race win. You get 1 playoff point for a stage win, and where you stand among the winners in the standings among the drivers that are in the playoffs, they will score playoff points as well. So driver first place, the driver with the most, the driver that won the race winners that are highest in points, the race winners that are highest in points get 15 playoff points. The second highest 10 playoff points, third highest 8, and they go down by 1 from there. So here's how the playoff points are going to be handed out. All 16 drivers will have 1,000 playoff points to start off, and by the way, those points will carry over into round by round until we get to the finale at Zandvoorts. And of course, at Zandvoorts, the highest finisher among the 4 remaining drivers will be your season 30 champion. So points do carry over from every round until we get to Zandvoorts. Remaining 4 will race. They'll straight up race for the championship. So for being the regular season champion, Mendez gets 15 points playoffs, and then 10 playoff points for 2 wins, because each wins 5, and 1 playoff point for a stage win. Betty Johnson, 10 points because she was second, and then she gets another 10 for 2 wins, and 3 stage wins gets her 3 points. Zach Fitzwater with 8 playoff points because he was third, and 2 wins is 10 points, and 1 playoff point for a stage win. Ethan Wicken, 7 points. He was 4th highest among the winners, and then he gets 10 points for 2 wins. No stage bonuses, so he's left with that. Jessica Counterman in the playoffs, she was 5th among the playoff drivers. She doesn't have a win, but she's 5th place among the drivers that are in the playoffs in terms of the regular season. So she does get the 6 bonus points for being in that position since she's in the playoffs. Then Jonathan Rains with 5 playoff points because he was 6th in the standings among the winners. 5 points for a race win, and 1 stage playoff point. Johnny Garner, 4 points for him being 7th highest, 15 points for 3 wins, and 1 playoff point for a stage win. And the rest, there's Jagger Vincent, who won at Motegi to get in. 3 playoff points for him being 8th highest among the playoff drivers in the regular season points. Wasn't in the top 10 in points, but because he was 8th highest among the drivers in the playoffs in terms of points, he'll get the 3 points from the regular season as a part of a regular season bonus. Then there's 5 playoff points for a win and 2 playoff points for stage wins. James Richardson had 2 playoff points for him being 9th highest, and 5 playoff points for a race win. And finally, Romanek got 10th. He got an extra point and 5 playoff points for that 1 win. Barretto didn't get the bonus. He was 11th highest among the playoff drivers in points, so he missed out on a little bit of bonus points, but he did get 5 bonus points for winning a race, and he got 2 stage wins, so he got 2 playoff points. Zoe Anderson, only 1 win, got her in. Same for Grayson Acevedo. They each got 5 points only. Hargel Alonso, 2 wins, got him 10 points, and 2 stage wins, another 2 points. And finally, Josh Crash and Joshua Sakali, same as Anderson and Acevedo, only receiving 5 bonus points, playoff points for that win, and nothing else. So they're also in the playoffs based on that statistic. So that is your final results. Again, all 16 playoff drivers will have their points up to 1,000. With those playoff bonuses being added, we will eliminate 4 drivers for every 3 races. We will eliminate 4 drivers, 16, then 12, then 8, and then the final 4. And of course, we'll decide the champion at Zandjoltas with the 4 remaining drivers. Highest finisher among the 4 is your champion for season 30. So take one last look at the regular season points. We're probably not going to add up those points from the from the playoffs into the regular season because we're in playoff mode now. So the only thing that matters is those 16 drivers in the playoffs. So consider non-playoff drivers. Consider this as your possible final standing in terms of the season. Although they can still, all drivers will still compete in all those 10 races of the playoffs. Even non-playoff drivers will compete and could still win races by the end of season 30. So for the rest of the non-playoff drivers, they're basically racing for pride and bragging rights and potentially to mix up the playoff races, and that would be so much fun. Surely can't wait to do the playoffs with you guys. So anyway, I will have the playoff standing, the complete playoff standing very soon somehow. Maybe on the Facebook page for Pichu London. If you haven't followed me on Facebook, you should do so. I will post updates on my channels and Pokemon Cup series in general. So if you haven't followed me on Facebook yet, please do so, because that's where I'll put most of my updates up. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You can add me on Snapchat. I recently opened a Snapchat page for those of you that don't know. I'll have all links to my social media sites in the video description. I started a Discord. You can chat there. Another thing, what else am I missing? I have Instagram as well. Follow me there. And I have a Patreon. So I did start a Patreon. I'm hoping to get some donations in hopes of building both channels up to become profitable and to make this a business. So I really am committed to this. So if you can pledge at least $1, that would be awesome. I'll leave a link to Patreon. My Patreon page is in the description below. So if you have $1 or a couple more, you can donate there to the Pichu London. That money will help me make this channel grow. So if you haven't donated yet, you could donate now. So that would be real nice, and you'll get credit for your donation in the videos. Don't worry, so you can do that. But anyway, that's all the regular season points here today. I know I went over 10 minutes just explaining the premise, but I just wanted to get everything out as much as I can in terms of how the playoffs are going to be set up, how we're going to decide a champion here this season. So Season 30 playoffs, for those of you that don't know, the first round we will start at the Glen, then go to Richmond and Chicagoland. After that, we'll be left with 12 drivers to Las Vegas, Kansas, and Homestead. After that, we'll be left with 8 drivers to Talladega, Orlando, and Coca-Cola. Of course, that's a Super Snack 500. And the finale, of course, will be down to 4 drivers, for those of you that don't know already. So anyway, that's the schedule for the playoffs, and we will get them up very soon. So thanks for watching every minute of this race. A lot of hard work was put into this by yours truly. So I hope you guys give this video a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on social media sites with the links in the video description below. So this is Pichu London. I'll see you guys next time when the playoffs begin in the Pokemon Cup Series Season 30. See you later, guys.